to be worth it. I really believe that, hearing some of the good reports from Minnesota and elsewhere about good use of pulse research and their tools really excites me about getting this out to a wider audience. So John Marley, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Well, thank you very much, Steve. I certainly appreciate the opportunity to get together. On behalf of the Pulse team, I want to say thank you so much for the opportunity to join your team and do whatever we can to assist and support you during these very unusual, unprecedented, challenging times. And I just want to say that, and this is from the bottom of my heart, I've been in this business about 50 years. I started out as an ad rep. I was publisher of 7 papers, and my gosh, 35 years ago, I founded Pulse Research. And in all that time, I can sincerely say that now, right now, today, is the best time for each one of you to assist and help your local businesses. Now, I know that might sound incongruent, but the reality is, it is a unique, and I believe once in a lifetime opportunity for each one of your papers and for each of you to assist and help your local businesses. And here's why. Boy, back in the good old days, pre-COVID, which seems frankly like a long, long time ago, right? Your businesses had a really good idea of what would be happening in the next 90 days for their business. They had history to go by. You know, they could look at their records and see what happened in July of 2019 and get a pretty good idea of what would be happening in July of 2020. But obviously, in today's world, they don't know, because the pandemic has absolutely smashed and upended all purchasing plans, because the economy, people being laid off, obviously business open, not open, etc., everything's changed. So every single one of your businesses in each one of your communities, they don't know what's going to be happening in the next couple of days, next couple of weeks, next couple of months. This is a unique opportunity, once again, for each of you, because every one of the businesses in your community is literally desperate for current information about and for their business category over the next 3 months. In other words, what's in the pipeline? How many potential customers are going to be shopping at their business category? You know, like a furniture store, like a realtor, for instance, a lumber yard, you know, a lawyer. They don't know. And that's the bottom line, the essence of why now is such a unique opportunity for each one of you, because your businesses are facing unprecedented uncertainty. We got an email a few months ago from one of our clients, and she just said it so beautifully, and I want to share that with you. She said a current shopping survey would really help our local businesses who are freaking out right now. And I think you would agree with that. It would also help us be viewed as that trusted advisor who is there to help them. And I want to score, help them navigate through these unprecedented times. Beautiful. She just literally nailed. So what did Pulse do? Even though we had just completed our annual, shopping survey, Pulse of America, at the end of January, we made the decision in early March to refield and get current COVID impacted shopping information. Why? Because everything changed. So Pulse put together, a partnership with our clients. We're proud to say we have over 600 clients across, the United States. 17 press associations joined us with a singularity of mission, getting current information about shopping of newspaper readers and website visitors. What we're going to cover this afternoon is 3 special benefits for each one of you. Number 1 is the COVID impacted shopping information. It's really simple. It's information about the potential, what's in the pipeline, number of households that each of you reach will be shopping at over 200 different business categories. Literally everything you can think of. From, as I just mentioned, from a furniture store to a hearing aid business, to a professional service business, to a remodeling contractor, etc. That's the foundation. That's what your businesses are so desperately wanting, is a crystal ball, some insight into the next 3 months. Number 2, we can provide you with a book of statistics, a couple hundred pages of the results of the shopping survey, but nobody would use it. So you have access to the Pulse Sales tools so that you're able to access the shopping information in real time from anywhere on any device and be able to create a presentation, or more important, and I'll share with you just a second, start the conversation with the business so that they immediately recognize you are that consultant, that friend, that partner who has information about and for their business. So the Pulse Sales tools give you the ability to access this extremely valuable, important, timely information for their businesses. And then number 3 is the Pulse Training and Certification Program. The research and all of the Pulse Sales tools, we put together a very simple, understandable, step-by-step sessions that I'll be happy to go over in just a second to help you very quickly come up to speed and are comfortable and are excited about this incredible resource that you have with the COVID impacting shopping information along with the Pulse Sales tool. So 1, 2, 3. So what I'm going to do is cover first the research, then the Pulse Sales tools, give you a couple examples of the Pulse Sales tool and how you can access the COVID impacted shopping information and share with the business what's in it for them. And then we'll go live into the program, show you how quickly you can create and access this information, and then go step by step into the Pulse Training and Certification Program. So let's start with the research. That's the foundation. And let me just say that this is unique. Nobody else has this. Nobody. The businesses don't have it. The government has it. You have it. And it's available right now. But how did we get the information? It was actually really simple. We, as I said a moment ago, 17 different press associations from California to Pennsylvania, to Georgia, etc., reached out to their member publications and helped us promote the survey. In other words, invite newspaper readers and website visitors to participate in the survey. And by the way, the survey is ongoing. We started it in March, by the way, but my gosh, we've got now over 28,000, I want to repeat that, completed surveys. You know, when they do the political polls, who are you going to vote for? What do you think about the world today? Gallup, CNN, Rasmussen, etc. They use between 800 to 1,600 for the United States. We've got 28,000 completed surveys. That's why we're able to provide you with information on a state basis or on a regional basis. So for state instance, we've got Georgia, we've got North Carolina, we've got South Carolina, we've got regions broken out, such as we call the Delta area, which is Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas. We have the Southeast, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, etc. So what does that mean for you? That means that the information is localized, that it is absolutely usable, projectable of your individual audience. And let me just say, we're able at Pulse to take a look at the research across the United States, state by state, zone by zone. There's no difference. It might vary by 1.5% to 2%, the households who plan to shop at a furniture store. It is absolutely usable, projectable on an individual Boone market basis. One of the unique things that we did in the COVID shopping survey, we normally ask, what do you or your household plan to buy over the next 12 months? But because of the unusual impact of the pandemic, we changed all of the questions to ask, what do you or your household plan to buy over the next 3 months? So the benefit to you and your businesses is you've got a very near term, right around the corner projection. What's going to happen over the next 3 months? What's in the pipeline for your individual businesses? And this information, I want to repeat, is live and on each one of your Boone Pulse Sales Tool sites right now. And while we're at it, you should have gotten from Taylor an email with an invitation to set up your Pulse account. And by the way, if you did not, sometimes it goes into spam. Just send an email to support, SUPPORT, @pulseresearch.com. So quick summary, the research, it's the foundation. It's unique, nobody else has it. The businesses are so appreciative of you being that consultant, that friend that provides them with the information that in these unprecedented times turns uncertainty into certainty. I want to repeat that. It turns uncertainty into certainty. I promised a moment ago I was going to share some examples on how you can access the COVID impact shopping information with your Pulse sales tools so that you're able to engage and help your local businesses. Number one is the Pulse teaser. It gives them hope for their business. In this example here, what do you see? You see a big number, 5,460. That's what's in it for them. So in this example teaser, there are 5,460 local households who plan to shop at a building supply lumberyard in the next 3 months. Is that a big deal? Is that exciting? Is that encouraging? Is that meaningful to a lumberyard? Absolutely. Why? Because so many businesses are suffering, they're hurting, they don't know what's going to be happening. And you've got, once again, that unique once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to help these businesses, sharing with them, like this teaser. And let me just do a little role playing here, if I might. I pick up the phone, I call them, and I say, I've got some good news. We asked the questions you would ask. We asked you plan to shop at a lumberyard. And we've got almost 5,500 households that we reach in our market here who plan to shop at a lumberyard. I want to underscore, this is your households you reach. This is your audience. And how is that? If you'll notice down here, and by the way, this underscores it's part of the training. Where do we get the number? We just take the percentage that said, yes, we plan to shop at a lumberyard, times the number of households you reach. And it's just simple math. 35.8% times 15,250 households is the 5,460. If you reach 1,000 households, for instance, that's 35.8% times 1,000, 358 households. It's the good news and the opportunity for their business. But then we can provide them additional information. Would you like to know more about what they plan to buy? And the lumberyard, of course, will say, yes, I'd love to know. We asked about interior paint, exterior paint, fencing, decking. Would you like to know? And every single time in this COVID-impacted world, the businesses say, yes, because it's about them and for them. So that's the Pulse teaser. I'm going to show you in just a second how in under 60 seconds you can create a Pulse teaser to start the conversation, I was they invited me for one of our clients to attend on a Zoom webinar their weekly sales meeting. And so I was just kind of in the background listening. One of the ad reps said, I was really having trouble getting, the business, to pay attention. You could tell he was about ready to hang up. And then I remembered the Pulse teaser. So I shared with him the big number, like 5,460. And here's what the ad rep said. She said he started to listen. Why did he start to listen? Because now there was a benefit for him. What's in it for them? And let me also say, I'm going to be blunt. If you're starting the conversation with businesses today about a specific price offer, shame on you. And the reason for that is these businesses are hurting financially. The last thing they want to hear is a price offer. Let's start the conversation with the positive, the benefit, the opportunity of your audience for their business, like 5,460. Get their attention, get them excited, and then yes, absolutely go into your package, your program for them. Absolutely, but start the conversation with the benefit, the opportunity for them. So that's the Pulse teaser. The second thing we have here, you and your Pulse sales tools, is the Pulse flyer. It's kind of like a super teaser to help you plan for your business during these uncertain times. Reality, right? It gives you the words to say. Pulse research asks the questions you would ask. You plan to shop a remodeling contractor over the next 3 months. And look at this, 702 said yes. Once again, it's just very simple math. The percentage who said yes in the survey, like in Georgia, times your households you reach, gives you the number, the benefit for them. That's starting the conversation. But the flyer takes it to the next step, because in the COVID impacted survey, once again, our mission was to ask the questions they would ask. So a remodeling contractor would ask, do you plan to add a room? Do you plan to remodel your kitchen? Do you plan to remodel your bathroom? Do you plan to add a deck? And look at this. You've got in this example over 800 households who said, yes, I plan to remodel a bathroom. The reality is a lot of people are spending a lot of time at home right now. And so the business categories that relate to home improvement are up. And so this is the Pulse flyer. It's got the big number about the opportunity of your audience for their business category, like remodeling. But then it goes a step further into specific areas of opportunity for their business category. So the Pulse flyer is probably our most popular program today because it starts the conversation, but it goes deeper in providing them more valuable information. And you know what happens? The business is, my gosh, I would be advertising remodel bathroom. I didn't realize there was such an opportunity. The next recommendation or tool I want to share with you is the break-even calculator. And the reason for that is, and I mentioned this a moment ago, and I'm sure you agree with me, you've got a lot of businesses who are experiencing extremely painful, excruciating financial times. They're hurting. You know, the business has been closed for, a couple months now. They're just reopening. They're hurting. And so we've got a tool for you to help the business realize how few customers they need to maintain a consistent program with you. In other words, not cancel or cut back, but equally important, to start a new campaign with you. And I'll go over this live just a second, but what does it do with their input and their participation, getting from them their customer value and their cost of goods? The program calculates out their net customer value. Let me just share with you right now, kind of some talking points. I always want to share, how do you use this? You know, I would suggest to the business, I understand how difficult it is financially today. Let's put together a program for you that is comfortable and realistic for you. Well, how are you going to do that? They say, well, let's base it on what's comfortable for you in the number of customers you need to pay for a campaign. Okay, that sounds doable. You know, if you need 1,000 customers, probably a little unrealistic, risky, right? Financially risky. But if you only need a handful of customers, probably pretty realistic, doable. And so, for instance, getting input from them, like for the lumberyard, customer value 2,000, their cost of goods 65%. And what's cost of goods? Just, you know, what does the lumber cost? You know, based upon the retail sale. Well, 65%. So they make $6,700 on a net customer value. The program merely takes the 700, their number, into the 2,000, and look at that. They just need 18 customers, and that's over 52 weeks, just 18. But that's out of the 5,406, for instance, that we shared with a teaser just a moment ago. And so this little fill in the blank with their input break-even calculator is an extremely valuable tool and resource for you to help the business understand, to help them take away that financial risk. Because I think you'd all agree with me, right now today, spending money is a big deal. Let's make it easy and simple for them to realize how few customers they need. It's taking away the fear, the financial risk. Those are just a couple of the Pulse sales tools and how they're used to help you be that hero, that consultant, to access the COVID impact shopping information and show them what's in it for them, what's in the pipeline for their business. Now let's go live. And so we'll go to our demo site. And as I said a moment ago, each one of you have access to your Pulse program right now. And if you don't, once again, it's support@pulseresearch.com. So let's take a look at the homepage, if we might. It's essentially setting up for you the steps of the sales process. Number one, let's get some prospects for you. And we've got it broken out by prospects who are increasing in business because of the impact of the pandemic. Then we've got 4 nice prospecting tools for you, and we'll go into these in just a second, you know, based upon either a map of your area or based upon prospects that have the highest close ratio, most sold across the Pulse network. Then right here, you can very quickly create a teaser or a flyer, a little bit of needs analysis. The break-even tool I showed you is just a click away. And we'll come back to in just a second, the Pulse training and certification program. Right there, easily accessible on your home page. So let's go up to the top. And number one in the sales process, let's find you some prospects, some really good prospects, okay? So we click on the COVID-19 business guide. And up will come my personal top 25 recommendations for you. And so on this list is the business categories that have an increase in shopping because of the pandemic. It's quite understandable that businesses that provide products and services for the home are up in shopping, you know, such as a lumber yard, you know, and a yard equipment store, remodeling contractor. And so what it shows you here is the average across the nation, the percentage you plan to shop at that business category. But most important, it shows you the change from the survey we completed just at the end of January. It seems like a zillion years ago, before the pandemic. And so on this list are the business categories I'd recommend. I also put some that were down. because these business categories, like a bank, it's still at 23%. So if you've got, 1,000 circulation, 23%, my gosh, that's still 230 households you reach who plan to change or get a new bank. And that's in the next 3 months. Boy, when I was an ad rep, I could sure think of some businesses, some banking businesses who would be very motivated by that. So that's why I put in a couple that were down, because it's still a big deal. And then if you scroll down a bit further on this COVID impacted shopping or prospecting list, we've put together at Pulse some business categories: financial, service businesses, professional service businesses, grocery. And by the way, the business categories that are highlighted in bold are the business categories that are up in shopping. So home goods, contractors, automotive, real estate, pets, health and medical, etc. Okay? And so right at your fingertips are business categories that are our recommended target business categories that are the go-to ones for prospecting. So let's just select one. We were talking about remodeling contractor a moment ago. Let me share with you how easy and fast it is. Any device, anywhere, anytime, to create a teaser and a flyer to access your COVID impacting shopping research and engage with a business who once again needs and wants your help. And by the way, Albert, Lee, Julie, I think I told you this. I grew up in Janesville, Wisconsin, not that far away from you. Here's how to use the program. So all you have to do is just click on a particular business. You can create an account, a teaser, or a flyer. And by the way, built into your Pulse program in multiple areas is the ability to just click and create a spec ad using Metro Creative Graphics program. We need to coordinate with them, so let us know, support@pulseresearch.com, if you have the Metro, My Ad Wizard program, and we'll get it set up for you. But let's go over here. I want to show you another benefit and feature to your Pulse program. So we want to create a prospect list, a call list, if you will, okay? So you go over here, and you've got a list of the businesses. These are the prospects. Remember, we clicked on remodeling contractor. So let's go down here, and we'll just click on add to call plan, add to call plan, add to call plan. So what am I doing? I'm creating my own personal call list, prospect list, okay? And so then I come up here, and I click on call plan right at the top. And now I've added these businesses to my call plan. So I can add not only, remodeling businesses like you saw here a moment ago, but you can also add other businesses like a realtor. You're putting together your personal call list. And then I might suggest, to keep things organized, look at this. When you mouse over, it says add activity. So you click on add activity, and you're able to record your steps, what you've done. So what did I do with John Kipper State Farm? I did a phone call, and what was the purpose of the call? It was a cold call for new business, okay? What did I present? I presented print and digital, okay? What's my next step? Get a contract. When? And you just click right here, and let's say next Monday, okay? And then you can add it to your Google, Apple, Yahoo, or Microsoft calendar. You can put in some notes if you like, and then you just click on log activity, and there you go. Simple and as fast as that. But let's start the conversation. Let's engage with the business, okay? So let's click on view teaser. So we just click on view teaser here, okay? And up comes the words to say. And so right at your fingertips, you've got phone in hand, and you've got the words to say. Do you have to say it verbatim? Of course not. You'll get into your own comfort zone. But what's important? Empathize with him. I know how busy you is, how tough it is, how uncertain times it is right now. I've got some good news. We did an insurance survey. okay? We asked the same questions you would answer. What do you mean by that? We asked you plan to change or get a new insurance agent in the next 3 months. Wow. We found out that there's 656 households we reach who plan to change or get a new insurance agency in just the next 3 months. Would you like to know more about their insurance plans? Changing or getting new auto insurance, homeowners insurance, even pet insurance we asked about. The business is going to say, wow, that's great. And why? Because there is so much uncertainty. They appreciate somebody like you. And by the way, you've got a lot of existing businesses. My first recommendation, number one, is do a teaser, a flyer with your existing businesses. Reinforce that relationship. Boy, when I was an ad rep, the absolute worst thing that can happen is you get that phone call, well, I've decided to cut back now. I've decided to cancel. Let's be proactive. Let's share with them the positive, the good news to reinforce the relationship. Okay, so the teaser. Oh, and before I forget, up here, we've set up for you different audience options. You can create a presentation, a teaser, a flyer for print and digital, for print only, for digital only, TMC, special, magazine that you might have. Just let Pulse know, and we'll set up extend the drop-down list if there's something you'd like to add. You can always put in a custom audience, put in the name and the number of households you reach. And by the way, Pulse uses households, not readers, because it's the household who makes the purchasing decision. They're the one who buy the cars. You might have 2.3 readers per household, but they're not going to buy 2.3 cars, so we don't want to overstate the purchasing. Okay, so back to our teaser here, if I might, okay? And so I'm selecting my audience. Here's the words to say over the phone. We've got the email for you, an example email text. Just come down here to copy that text, edit it, paste it into your email and edit it, and it's very, very helpful in getting the attention of the business. Here's my favorite one, what to print. You can print this, and it prints as a half page, okay? Well, let me just go to print and show you. So we click here on print, and what it does is it prints a half page. Let me turn the color on here if I might, okay? And it says, you can see it prints a half page. You can fold it right here and wrap it around an information piece. You can put your business card right here. It's really a sweet little tool to start the conversation. Remember I was blunt a minute ago? You start with the benefit, your audience value, the opportunity, what's in it for them. Do not lead with a price offer today. Lead with a benefit and then share with it. Here's the package we have. Here's the special program we have to reach these 1,130 households who will change or get a new insurance agency over the next 3 months. And so that's how simple and fast it is to create a Pulse teaser. So let's click off there. Let's go back and I'll show you a different prospecting tool. Let's go to the prospecting tool that I mentioned a moment ago, hot prospects by business type. So Pulse, we've got about 600 clients across the country, about 5,000 ad reps. Every time they use the program, it automatically occurs that somebody did a presentation for a hearing aid business, a furniture store, a hardware store. But when they come back in, and I'll show you this in checking and reporting, when they come back in and report what happened, did they say yes, did they say no? If they said yes, we know what the closing ratio is for that business category. They put in the sale amount so we know what the average sale is, and we can track the number of hearing aid presentations sold. And so my recommendation, you click on sold rank, and here are the business categories, and this is over the last year, by the way, that have the most sold, okay? So you just come down here, and this gives you the low-hanging fruit, the business categories that other community papers just like Boone, what they're selling. The other recommendation I have is click over here on category, and it'll give you right at your fingertips organized by category. Apparel businesses like shoe store, jewelry store, automotive businesses like tire store, auto parts store, oil change, new vehicle, used vehicle, beauty and spa, child-related businesses, community like church groups, philanthropic organizations. That's a big deal today. A lot of people are contributing to, community, groups. Education, another big deal. People are spending more time at home. Farm equipment. For many of you Boone papers and agrarian communities, this is really helpful. Financial services, general retail, you get the idea. There's a lot of business categories here. How do you find stuff fast? You just type in like insurance, okay? And there you go. Simple and as fast as that. So let's type in a business category here. So let's type in remodeling. Okay, so up comes remodeling contractor, simple and as fast as that. You click on find, okay? And up will come the business categories, or excuse me, the map. And once again, you can change on this map the zip code. You can put in a different community name and it'll repopulate for you. You once again, you can click on an icon, create a teaser, flyer, spec ad, etc. Or you can come over here, you can add these businesses to your call plan. Remember, you're creating your prospect list, okay? But let's now create a flyer. So we click here on create. Once again, we can create a spec ad, but let's create a flyer. Let me show you how fast and easy it is to create a flyer, to engage with a business, access the research, start the conversation with the business. So I clicked on create flyer, and look at that. As fast and as simple as that. And it even gives you the words to say to help your business plan during uncertain times. Pulse, ask the questions you would ask. You plan to shop at a remodeling contractor. 702 opportunities. That's good news to them once again. That's for their business category. Then you've got specific recommendations, opportunities, product and service, remodeling the bathroom again, for instance, okay? Very fast. But here's a recommendation. For those of you that are working from home, set up a Zoom webinar. Call them first with a teaser. I thought you might like to know, we asked the questions you would ask. We did a remodeling survey. We found out 702 households plan to use the remodeler that we reach. Would you also like to know the remodeling plan? I'd love to. Let's set up a Zoom webinar. Happy to share it to you. So you use the teaser as the lead-in to get the appointment. So if you can go in person, great. If not, you can set up a Zoom webinar. So they see on their screen what you have on your screen. Pretty simple. And so you can share with them and point out, look at this remodeling bath. Wow, that sounds great. And I've got more for you. You click on the editing pen, and nobody else can do this. Remember, nobody else has this information. So the guy's looking at it, or the lady's looking at it, well, tell me about tiny houses, storage shed, build a garage. You get the idea. You can go right into the research, okay? And so then you just come down here and just click on update, and you've updated for them. So now they see the benefit, the opportunity, and they say, my gosh, I should be remodeling kitchen. Then you can go right into your Ad Wizard program and put together some spec ads for remodeling kitchen. And by the way, you can email your Pulse presentation. You just click here on share the flyer. It gives you some example text, it said, but the Pulse presentations are just web pages. So here's the address of the flyer I just created that you can then send to that business. So you've got a lot of options in terms of engaging with the information. You can do a Zoom webinar, you can email them, the link, or you can go in person. And on your phone, you can pull up this presentation and then edit in real time, get their input. Or you can print it and take it out, okay? So let me click off on the flyer here if I might, and let's go back to our dashboard. Next thing I'd like to show you is the closing tool. So right on your dashboard, you click on the closing tool and get from them and let's say it's a $12,000 campaign, okay, and it's a furniture store. So you ask the furniture store, what's the value of your customer? Let me backtrack a moment, if I might. I have suggested when I'm out in the field one-on-one with the businesses, let's work together. What do you mean by that? Let's figure out, you're the boss, how many customers you need to pay for the campaign. How's that sound? That sounds great, okay? We need just two things, the value of a customer and your cost of goods. Okay, and so you got it on your phone, or you're on a Zoom webinar. Okay, what's your customer value for your furniture store? Well, about $2,800. They'll spend $2,800 per household over the next 12 months, okay? Now, what is your cost of goods? Well, 65%, okay? So 65%, their net customer value is $980. All they need is 13 customers, just 13. That takes away the fear. That takes away the financial risk. Why? Because all they need is just 13 customers. You know, out of the thousands you reach, who in the next 3 months, not year, in the next 3 months are going to shop at this business category. And the example here is a furniture store. That makes it so comfortable. You've taken away the risk, the fear, the uncertainty. So, and so many times when I've been out in the field, they said, well, that's a no-brainer. I mean, easily going to get 13 customers. Let's start. But what if you've got that, and I've sure seen it myself, well, I don't think so. I don't see how I'm going to possibly get 13. Look at this. We build into you here the ability to ask the naysayer, that, tough one, well, what do you think is the worst case scenario? The absolute fewest number of customers you're going to get. And remember, you're going to get a 3x5 every week in our paper. You're going to get 20,000 impressions on our website. You're going to get a print and deliver once a month. At that level of repetition, consistency, out of the 5,000 households we reach, you're going to shop at a furniture store. What's the lowest number you think you're going to get? Well, I think the lowest number is 6, okay? 6. So you just type in 6. Look at 6 times 980. They just agreed to a $5,880 campaign. This is an extremely usable, very timely little tool, in the Pulse program for you. Okay, now, part 3. Part 1, remember, is the research. Part 2 is the tools to access the research. And part 3 is you, the Pulse Training and Certification Program. If I was an ad director again, I said, if I was an ad director again, I would require that my team be Pulse certified, and here's why. The Pulse program is pretty extensive. There's a lot there. And so Pulse has put together sessions, training steps, if you will, to you to become up to speed. There's no way I can cover it, an hour get-together this afternoon. And so the Pulse Training and Certification Program is a very simple, usable program for each one of you. And so when you click on the training, like I just did, when you first click, up will come a little dialog box that says, do you want to be Pulse certified? Of course, click yes. And then when you're into the Pulse program, you will certify for each one of the steps. Remember, this is a demo site. So you see here, there's check, completed. So that means that the person has viewed the what works now, okay? And then where do the numbers come from? And so all Pulse has done is put together training, engagement, education, sessions for each one of the sales steps and also for each one of the benefits of the program. So let's stop. Before I go, so we got where do the numbers come from? Little background, little video. And by the way, these videos are short, 3 to 4 minutes each. So you got where do the numbers come from? All about the research. Prospecting. So you watch the video, you check that off. You check off each one of the assignments. As you do that, you are morally responsible here, for, and I'm kind of laughing because I remember when I was an ad director once, the mileage reports, whole different story. Call planner, okay? Very simple. watch the video. Here are the training assignments to help you understand and be comfortable with using this tool and resource for you. Then we get into the teaser. Once again, video and assignments. Getting the appointment. And here's one that hasn't been checked off yet in the demo. So as you're going through it, you check, yes, I listened to the little audio over here. I did my training assignments. I practiced on the phone. I used the teaser, in making phone calls. And look at that. It brings up a confirmation. So you click on yes, I did it, and it shows that you completed that Pulse training and certification step. And by the way, every time you complete a step, an email is sent to your manager that you completed that Pulse step. So now we just did the appointment session. Then the next one is the flyer. Little video, audio on the flyer, the training steps for the flyer, and then needs analysis, how to close with the break-even tool, spec ads, special sections. We've also got a relationship with Metro Creative Graphics with their theme special sections, how to overcome objections, reporting, which I'll cover live in just a second here, then the wrap-up. And the wrap-up is making a sale and making a presentation to your manager. So you are fully Pulse certified. You can now make a presentation, role play with your manager, and they're going to be very, very proud of you because the Pulse program is unique. It's based upon the value, the opportunity of your audience. And then ongoing. Pulse recommends, this is best practices from our clients. They recommend 3x9, 3 teasers or flyers by 9 a.m. each day. That's only 15 per week. And identify first, by the way, 25 business prospects. Not 25 categories, but 25 business prospects from the various prospecting tools on the top of your Pulse page. And then do 15 teasers or flyers a week. Those 15 teasers or flyers are going to end up with at least 4 formal presentations where that business is like the remodeling contract. Yeah, give me a proposal, okay? You're going to close with your closing tool at least 25%. Most of our clients are closing around 50%, okay? So those are our ongoing recommendations. And then Pulse has every single week a webinar where it's kind of like a Q&A, where ad reps come on and say, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And ad reps share what they've done. And so in summary, step number 3, part number 3 of the Boone Pulse program is the Pulse Training and Certification Program. How do you access it once again? Easy. It's at the bottom of your Pulse page. Okay? Now I want to wrap up by showing you the reporting part of the program, and then I'll turn it back over to Steve. So every time you create a presentation, at the bottom of your screen, and this could be on your phone, by the way, you will see that you've got a little, as you mouse over, each of the businesses, you can just click and view the teaser, you can click and view the flyer, do a spec ad. So I could click right here and see the flyer. What's the benefit for you? You could be in the business on your smartphone and just say, boy, I thought you'd like to know about the opportunity. We ask the questions you would ask, and just click on the flyer. Well, let me just do that. And up will come on your screen, on your smartphone or a tablet, your talking points. This is how to engage with businesses today. Let me go back to the dashboard if I might. Okay, scroll down to the bottom once again. Okay, it's loading. And let me click on a business here. So I created, by the way, the icons are, this little talking icon is for the teaser. This is the door opener, okay? So you come over here and you click here and then you put in what happened. What did you do? I engaged with a flyer, okay? And so you just click on I engaged with a flyer, okay? And then you put in today's date, for instance, like that, set. And that gives you credit for doing, okay? The other thing is obviously, I've already sold this one, so let me come down to one that I've created but not sold yet. Okay, that's also a teaser. Let me go up to the reporting because I've already done those. So I come up here to reporting. The same functionality as the bottom of the screen, but it shares all of your presentations, okay? And you just scroll down through here. And let me wait for my screen to load. There we go, okay? And so we just come over here. So we've got a lumberyard building supply. We just click on, and I'm gonna mark this as sold. So I click on sold. I put in today's date. I click on set. Then it's going to ask me what type of sale. By the way, this is all in your Pulse training and certification. This is a split sale between new and renewal. So let's say the sale is $12,000. That's $6,000 in renewal and $6,000 in new, okay? And you just click on set. Simple as that. You want to record the date also? Yes, absolutely. Today's date, the 3rd. Okay? And there you go. You get Pulse points. More points for closing the sale. So in summary, you've got right on your reporting program, and by the way, managers who are in on the training today, when a manager logs in, you will see each one of your ad reps with real-time update on number they've created, number of presentations they presented, number they've sold, dollars they've sold, and their last login, okay? The other thing I want to quickly show you is accounts. Every time you click on create from the map, you know, or from the call planner, etc., it automatically creates an account for you in Pulse. You can also just go in and click on accounts, new account, and then you can create an account, just fill in the blank. But from accounts, and you can do a search here by the business name, but then you can also add them to your call plan, as simple as that. Or you click on here and you can create, you know, a presentation, okay? And by the way, with Boone clients who have been, you know, on our program for quite a while, they've also got the one-page presentation. The only difference is the one page is like a super flyer. It includes the ability to present a campaign, okay? And so now let me go back to the dashboard if I might. And so I want to, in summary and in closing, say, on behalf of the Pulse team, we are honored to assist and support Boone. You're a family newspaper group. I came from a family business. I love assisting and supporting family newspaper groups. And once again, each of you have a unique, special opportunity. You've got shopping information that is current, fresh, over the next 3 months. You're able to share with that business person, your friends out there, change uncertainty into certainty. Here's what's in the pipeline. And I'll be blunt, I'm an ad director. No excuses. It's simple, fast, and easy, and the businesses want it. Start every conversation starting today with what's in it for them. Like 607 households we reach plan to use or get a remodeling contractor in the next 3 months. Let me give you my email. It's Marling, M-A-R-L-I-N-G, @pulseresearch.com. And Steve, if there's anything you'd like to say in closing, wrap up, I'd sure appreciate it.
Thank you, John. You all, I hope you find this tool as exciting as I do. I'm going to give you a little really fresh testimonial. 2 weeks ago in Washington, North Carolina, our sales team used this program and tool as part of its annual VIP program. Now, this is right in the heart, right amidst COVID. Those of you who have done VIP programs in the last few months know that difficult climate. $100,000 in booked new agreements on the spot. while engaged with prospects. This is not subject to confirmation check back work. Closing real business using these tools. So these are our colleagues. That's why they're not in too much trouble for missing today's call, because they just got this training and used this tool just very recently. So I hope you find that encouraging as you go forth and make really, really good use of it. Be plenty of opportunity for follow-up questions. John gave his email. I know many folks are on tight schedules. Any immediate burning questions? Unmute yourself if you have one. John, hearing none, thank you for your time today. We really look forward to using your tool.
Well, thank you so much, Steve. I sure appreciate the opportunity to join your team. And we will do whatever we can. Again, my email is marling, M-A-R-L-I-N-G, @paper.net. We'll help and assist you in any way we can.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon.